This is a quick update on the war between Israel and Iran. Overnight, the Iranians launched 2 waves of ballistic missiles into Israel, mostly targeting energy infrastructure in the south and also residential areas in the north. People across the country received alerts to go into bomb shelters. This comes as the Israelis are launching new strikes in and around the Iranian capital of Tehran. They say they've also launched dozens of strikes against ballistic missile launching positions in different parts of the country. The big question today is when and how the Iranians plan to respond to the U.S. strikes over the weekend. The U.S. Embassy in Qatar put out an alert to American citizens living there to shelter in place. Qatari officials say this was done out of an abundance of caution, but it illustrates the concern that Iran could try to target American bases, embassies, or citizens in the region over the next 24 to 48 hours. We expect to have more updates throughout the day, and I'll keep you posted.
Breaking news, Iran has retaliated against the United States, launching a bombing attack on the American airbase in Qatar. This comes after U.S. strikes over the weekend targeted 3 Iranian nuclear sites, with B-2 bombers dropping 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs in support of a war that Israel launched on Iran more than a week ago.
President Trump and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth meeting in the Situation Room right now.
Now, this comes after Iran launched an attack on U.S. forces at an airbase in Qatar today. Let's go to ABC's Perry Russum. He's live in the nation's capital with the very latest. Perry?
Yeah, we're being told that President Trump is in the Situation Room right now. He is there with the Secretary of Defense and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Iran said they would retaliate, and today they did. Iran retaliating against the U.S., launching an attack against American troops stationed in Qatar. A U.S. official tells ABC News Iran fired missiles targeting the Al Udeid Air Base, the largest U.S. air base in the Middle East, home to some 10,000 American troops. It's not clear if any missiles hit the base. It comes as there are major questions today about how much of Iran's nuclear program was destroyed in Saturday's attack, as President Trump says the facilities were obliterated.
Completely and totally obliterated.
The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff says it's too early to tell the full scope.
Final battle damage will take some time, but initial battle damage assessments indicate that all 3 sites sustained extremely severe damage and destruction.
Satellite imagery shows the damage to the 3 nuclear facilities targeted in the attack. The Trump administration has said the Fordo facility, built underground, was a key target. This is where the 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs were dropped. From the sky, the only damage that can be seen are the holes the bomb created when they dug into the ground before exploding.
We really can't know what went on underneath the ground in Fordo, so the president called it a monumental success, but it all happened 200 feet down, and we can't see with satellites.
Israel and Iran trading missile attacks today. In this video circulating online, a large blast at the site of an electrical substation in Israel. It comes as President Trump floats the idea of a regime change in Iran. Trump posting online, if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change? His vice president has said that is not their goal.
Well, first of all, we don't want to achieve regime change. We want to achieve the end of the Iranian nuclear program.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt this morning.
If they refuse to engage in diplomacy moving forward, why shouldn't the Iranian people rise up against this brutal terrorist regime? That's a question the president raised last night.
And then a U.S. official tells ABC News that the U.S. did intercept the missiles that were launched by Iran along with Qatar. So the U.S. and Qatar did intercept the missiles. There are no known impacts on any of the bases, no reports of any casualties or anything like that. And this is the same base that President Trump visited last month in Doha. This is where Central Command is located. So this is where the attack on Saturday against Iran would have been controlled from.
Okay, Perry, that's that one base. But are you hearing anything about any other bases or any U.S. interest in part of that part of the world that also could be at risk of retaliation?
So no other bases, no other U.S. bases in the region are under attack. From what we know, there are about 40,000 troops in the region right now. There are bases that are south of Iran, that are west of Iran as well. But the one in Qatar is pretty special for Iran, considering that we believe this is where the mission on Saturday was carried out from.
All right, Barry, thank you so much. Reporting live from Washington.
You see what I'm saying? They ain't waste no time. Waste no time. It's an all-out war now. And it's going to be going on for a long time. You see how fast Iran retaliated against us? They launched 6 missiles at our military base in Qatar, and we intercepted it because we was on top of it. But you see how the way this war is planning out? It's crazy because it's like they taunting each other on social media. First we bomb them, and then we bomb their spots. The nuclear weapons weren't even in their spots. They bomb us. They intercept it. And back in the days when we was hearing about war, war was never like this. It's like when you go to war, you don't supposed to let nobody know you coming. So in reality, social media game is just getting out of hand now because they taunting each other back and forth on the internet. So they prepared for everything was going on. So who gonna win the war? And you think that Iran should hurry up and surrender, or they gonna fight to the end? And I just want to let y'all know that it's crazy out here. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I'm gonna share some more clips with y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.
It is official, folks. The foreign minister of Iran has announced that, yes, it is over. In an announcement put on Twitter about 15 minutes ago, he says, the military operations of our powerful armed forces to punish Israel for its aggression continued until the very last minute at 4 a.m. Together with all Iranians, I want to thank our brave armed forces who remain ready to defend our dear country until their last drop of blood, and who responded to any attack by the enemy until the very last minute. This was uploaded 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, which was 4 a.m. their local time. So what does this mean moving forward? Well, I believe this is step 1 of the ceasefire. The next part is now Israel, and then I think after that's another 12 hours, and then that would be done. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on everything. So please do continue to share my videos, because now there's just a lot of information out there, and I'm sure it's very confusing. So get this video out there and follow me for more.
We have some major breaking news. The Iran foreign minister now says that there is no ceasefire agreement between them and Israel, and that Donald Trump is lying. Just minutes ago, the Iran foreign minister posted this on Twitter saying, as Iran has repeatedly made clear, Israel launched a war on Iran, not the other way around. As of now, there is no agreement on any ceasefire or cessation of military operations. However, provided that the Israeli regime stops its illegal aggression against the Iranian people no later than 4 a.m. Tehran time, which is actually past that now, we have no intention to continue our response afterwards. The final decision on the cessation of our military operations will be made later. Now, Donald Trump and many media outlets have reported that there is a ceasefire agreement, that all sides have agreed, but Iran is now saying that there is none, that no agreement has been made. This story just got very, very weird. I have no idea why Iran is saying this. I mean, it just seems like there's so many extensive reports on the ceasefire agreement being real and true and agreed upon, but I'll keep you in the loop on any major updates here. I'm going to go break this down on my YouTube, my Spotify show, and my Substack, link in bio, but just very strange.